Chapter 6.1 Equation of the form x plus a equals b and ax equals b. Alright, on equation, okay, what do you mean by equation? Okay, equation means there are two expressions. So the quantity of these two expressions are the same. So for example, here is 3x minus 7, one expression, and another expression is 4x plus 9. So if two expressions are equal, then there's equal sign. Equal sign means two expressions are the same. So this means the quantity depending on the x value, the left side and the right side are the same. And the second expression is y is equal to 3x minus 6. In this case, there are two different variables, x and y. So depending on these values of x and y, the equation can be true, right? So we don't know what the values of x and y, but there may be values for these two variables or may not. So if there are values, then there are values that makes the equation true, then that will be the solution. So there's another expression like this. Okay, but the first expression, look at the first expression. The first expression has variable x. There's only one variable x. So variable x, and the expression has the exponent of this variable x is 1. Then we call it first degree equation in one variable. Can you see it? So the variable x is raised to the first power, so we call it first degree equation. And there is only one type of variable, x, so we call it, the first equation is first degree equation in one variable, because there's only one variable, x. The second equation, the second, third, fourth equation is not a first degree equation in one variable, because the second equation has two variables, x and y. Two types of variables, x and y. So this is a first degree equation, but it's not in one variable. There are two variables. The third equation is, the power of z is 2. The exponent of variable z is 2. So this is not first degree equation. This is second degree equation. And the third one is, the exponent of variable x is 1, but actually x is in the denominator. It's not in the numerator. So this is not the first degree equation, actually. So in this example, it showed the first degree equation in one variable is only the first equation. So if you have so here is a definition of solution of an equation. Okay, solution of an equation means the equation, there is a variable, the value of the variable x, so that the equation will be true. So if there's any number that makes the equation true, then that number is the solution of the equation. All right. So look at this. So when you solve an equation, we always have change the equation. Okay, change the equation so that the left side is variable only and the equal sign, and the right side is a number. Then we call that number is the solution of the variable. So if you convert it, so it looks like this, x equals 3, then 3 is the solution of x. So solution of the equation. And 7, in this case, 7 is the solution of the equation that contains variable y. And negative 5 is the solution of the equation that contains the variable a. So our purpose of finding the solution is convert the equation, so the left side of the equation will be only a variable. Only variable x, y, a will be on the left hand side of the equation, and everything is on the right side of the equation. And then simplify the right side, then there will be the constant, is a number. So here is a very, very important concept. I think you Well, actually you learned this one in chapter 2. So the addition property of equation. Addition property of equation means there is an equation, x minus 5 is equal to 8. Then you can add the same number to the equation. You can add the same number to the equation. Alright, so the same number or variable expression, variable x or variable y, whatever. So you can add the same number or the variable to each side of the equation, then it does not change the solution of the equation. The quantity is different, but the solution will be the same. So in this case, you have x minus 5 is equal to 8. So this x is together with minus 5. This is subtraction. It's minus 5. Then you can add 5 to each side. 5 to each side. Then these two will make 0, right? 0. So this will be x plus 0 is equal to 13. So x equals 13. So this is the solution, right? So what you have to do is you can add the same number to each side. Okay, how about this? X plus 8 is equal to 12. Then what do we do? Okay, x plus 8 is equal to 12. So why don't we add negative 8 each side? Negative 8 each side, because the opposite of positive 8 is negative 8, right? So you can add each side by the same number, negative 8. So this will be x plus 0 is equal to, these two will make positive 4. So x is equal to 4. Alright, or you can do it this way. Actually, this is the same thing. X plus 8 is equal to 12. So x is together with 8. This is x plus 8, right? Plus 8. So since this is plus, then you can minus 8 each side. Subtract 8 from each side. So this will be x plus 0. Then this is 4. 12 minus 8 is 4. So x equals 4. So you can either add the opposite of this number to each side, or you can just subtract the number from each side. Okay, so let's try more example. Alright, let's solve this equation. Okay, when we solve it, okay, I will write solve it, because you don't have to write solve, because when you see this, we want to find x. So when you solve this equation, why don't we get the left hand side of the equation has 3 terms. So why don't we just simplify this one first? So 5 minus 9. So 5 minus 9 is negative 4, right? Negative 4. So this is equal to x minus 4 is equal to 0. Our purpose is leave x on one side and move others to the other side, so that we can find the solution. So in this case, simplify the left hand side. So simplify. Okay, what we do is simplify first and then move. And then what do we do next? So we have a minus 4 on one side. So in this case, this is minus 4, right? Minus 4. So why don't we add 4 to each side? So these two will become 0, right? 0. So x plus 0 is equal to 0 plus 4 is 4. So x is equal to 4. So when you solve an equation like this, then simplify each side and then leave the variable alone and then move others. That means get rid of other numbers that is in the same sides, that is together with the variable x. So since in this case negative 4 is together with variable x, so get rid of minus 4 by adding 4. Minus 4. This is minus 4. Then opposite of minus 4 is plus 4, right? Plus 4. So add 4 to each side to get rid of this minus 4. So it becomes x plus 0, then it is x. So you have x on one side and the right side is the solution. Alright, then let's try another example. Okay, let me write it here. So a plus 3 over 4 is equal to 1/4. So let's solve this equation. So a is together with 3 over 4 plus 3 over 4. This is plus. So if this is plus, then what do? We do subtraction, right? Subtraction. So why don't we divide each side by the same number minus, not divide, subtract each side from subtract 3 over 4, same number from each side. So 3 over 4. So minus 3 over 4. Why subtract? Why do we subtract? Because a is plus. A is together with plus. So when you add these two, this becomes 0, right? 0. So a plus 0 is a. So the left side is a plus 0. And the right side is 1 minus 3. The denominator is same, like denominators. So you can add it. Then a plus 0 is a. And 1 minus 3 is negative 2 over 4. And negative 2 over 4. This is a quotient and different signs, so put the negative sign outside, and 2 over 4 is what? 1 over 2. So this is the solution of the equation. So solution is negative 1 over 2. Okay, let's consider this equation. 4x is equal to 12. This 4x is a product, isn't it? This is a product. This is a product. So do you remember this one? Okay, you have a number 3. Then what happens if you multiply this by its reciprocal? Then isn't it equal to 1, right? 1. So reciprocal, this is the reciprocal of the number 3. Reciprocal of the number 3. So when you multiply number by its reciprocal, then it is equal to 1, right? 1. So we want to change this one into x equals something. X equals something. This is a product. So we want to make it 1 times x. So that is x equals something, right? X equals something. So how do you make this 4? Make this 4 equal to 1. We multiply the reciprocal of 4 to each side. Can you see it? So let me write it here again. So here is a 4x is equal to 12. So what is the reciprocal of 4? Reciprocal of 4. This is a product. 4 and x are the product, right? These are the factors. 4 times x. 4 times x. So we can multiply each side by the reciprocal of 4. Reciprocal of 4 is what? 1 over 4, right? 1 over 4. Then what happens? These two will get 1 over 4 times 4 will become 1. So this is equal to, so this will be equal to 1 times x is equal to 12 divided by 4. 12 times 1/4 is, you divide it by 4, right? So that is equal to 3. So finally, x is equal to 3. Okay, so this is one of the methods we can solve an equation that has, products. This is ax equals b type. This is ax is equal to b types. The x is together with 4, but it's a product, right? Product. Then you can multiply with the reciprocal of that product. So here is property, multiplication property of equations. Okay, this means each side of an equation can be multiplied. Can be multiplied by the same non-zero number without changing the solution of the equation. So here is an equation. 3x is equal to 24. All right, now 3x. So x is together with the number 3, but this is a product. This is a product, so we want to make it 1x. Instead of 3x, we want to make it 1x. So what should you multiply each side of the equation? It should be what? 1/3, right? Multiply 1/3 to each side of the equation. Then 1/3 times 3 becomes 1, right? 1/3 times 3 is equal to 1. Right? So this is 1 times x is equal to 24 times 1/3 is 7, 8. Right? 8. So x is equal to 8. So 8 is the solution. Okay, let's check. 3x is equal to 24. Let's check whether this is true. So 3 times 8 is 24. So that is equal to 24. So yes, 8 is the solution of the equation. Can you see it? So if x is together with a number, but it is a product, then what do we do? If it's a product, then multiply the equation by its reciprocal. In this case, you can also get another method, or you can divide, right? Divide each side by 3. You can divide it by 3. Still okay, because 3 over 3 is equal to 1, right? 3 equals 1. Okay, 1/3 times 3 is 1, but in this case 3 over 3 is equal to 1, so x equals 8. So you can do it this way. So any method is fine. Okay, let's try more examples. Okay, let's solve negative 2x is equal to 8. So we can multiply each side by 1 over negative 2, or you can divide each side by negative 2. So let's solve this one in two methods. So let's multiply this by 1 over negative 2 and multiply this by 1 over negative 2. Okay. Then the left hand side becomes what? This is negative 2 times x, right? So negative 2 cancel out. This 1x is equal to, this is actually equal to what? Over 1. So negative goes outside. 8 over 2 is 4. So x equals negative 4. So the solution is negative 4. Or you can do this way. Negative 2x is equal to 8. So we can divide by what? X is together with negative 2, right? Negative 2. So divide each side by the same number, negative 2. Because negative 2 over negative 2 is equal to 1, right? So since this is 1, you can write it 1 times x is equal to, and the quotient has different signs, so the result is negative. 8 over 2 is 4. So finally, x is equal to negative 4. So you can use any method, that is fine. Any method is fine. So if x is a product, then you can divide each side by the same number, or you can multiply each side by the reciprocal of the same number. Okay, let's solve this equation and then check whether our solution is correct. Okay, 3y minus 7y. Okay, 3y minus 7y, they are like terms, so we can add these two. So 3 minus 7 is negative 4y is equal to 8. And this one is, and this is negative 4y, okay, y is together with negative 4, right? So why don't we, so this means this is a product, so y is multiplied by negative 4. So why don't we just divide each side by this negative 4? Each side by negative 4. So negative 4 cancel out. So it becomes y is equal to, negative goes outside, and 8 over 4 is 2. So negative 2 is the solution. So let's check whether if this is correct. So negative 3. Okay, when we check this one, okay, let's try negative 3y minus 7y is equal to 8. Let's find out whether this is correct. So negative 3 times negative 2 minus 7 times negative 2. Then this is a product of the same number, so sign will be positive. So 3 times 2 is 6. And then minus this 2 is what? This is 7 and minus 2, right? So that will be negative 14. And this is 6 plus 14. So, wait a minute, I'm sorry. This is 3y, right? 3y. So this is negative 6, negative 6. So negative 6 plus 14, that is 8. And then the right side is also 8. So they are equal. So negative 2 is the solution. Alright, so this section is really simple, and this one is same as the chapter 2, I think 2.3 or 4. So when you solve an equation in the form a plus x plus a is equals to b, or ax equals b. So if x is an addition, then subtract each side. If x is a product, then you can divide each side or multiply each side by the reciprocal. So ax equals b, then you can divide each side by the number a, or in this case, you can multiply each side by 1 over a, the reciprocal of a. Okay, please do as many questions in the exercise. Okay.